Hi everyone, I hope you're all okay. So as the title of the video says, I am leaving Stampin' Up, and I just thought I would come on and do a video and explain why. Really purely and simply for the simple reason that when I joined Stampin' Up 4.5 years ago, I came on and announced that I'd joined as a demonstrator. So I kind of felt it was fair that I come on and explain why I'm leaving. So just so that you're not looking at a blank desk without any project or anything, I've got this gable box, which is a new ScanNCut cutting file I've designed. And I thought I would assemble it just while I'm chatting. So I've pre-cut it to save some time. And what I've also done is I've designed this green and white grid design in Canva, and also the flowers that you can see here on the desk. And I've used my ScanNCut to scan the flowers and then cut them with an outline like I like a 0.04 outline, and also use the grid paper to cut out the front and back of my design. I've also got this scrap of white card that I've cut a small rectangle out of, and my thinking is that I'm going to use this, if this box goes together okay, I'm going to put it on the front of the box, and then I'm going to layer up the flowers on that piece of white card. So that's what I'm going to be doing while I'm chatting with you today, and then hopefully this project will all go together and it'll end up being in my ScanNCut cutting file shop. Why am I leaving Stampin' Up? Well, quite frankly, it's something that I've been thinking about for the last couple of years. So, being perfectly honest with you, I've always said on my channel, whenever I show you any ScanNCut projects or any Stampin' Up projects, I only show on my channel products that I genuinely like. I'm not one of these demonstrators that has to buy everything, when a new catalogue's launched and show it and hope that somebody buys from them. I'm just not like that. When I started my YouTube channel probably 8 or 9 years ago now, it was for ScanNCut, and that is predominantly why people watch me. People have actually said recently in a poll that I did that they're not interested in Stampin' Up at all. They only want to know about the ScanNCut, and I fully appreciate that. That's how my channel has grown. I have been using electronic cutting machines probably for about the last 18 years. I've had 3 different manufacturers electronic cutting machines. I started with a Craft Robo, I went on to a Puzzles Inspiration, and then I came across the ScanNCut, and I've been using that ever since. And I'm self-taught. I've learned, virtually most of what I know through playing around with different softwares over the years. I did have a little help in the beginning from somebody that was a member of a forum that I used to be part of, and she did used to help me out, and then I would spend hours on end just learning how to do things in the software and how to get the best possible use from our electronic cutting machines. And in turn, I have then passed on my knowledge more specifically with the ScanNCut for the last 8 or so years. So I'm just putting this project together now. I'm just folding on the dash lines that are already in this cutting file. I've not cut this before at all, so I'm just, as I say, folding it and burnishing it, and I'm going to put it together while we're chatting in the hope that this all goes together and it can then go in my cutting file shop. When I first started my YouTube channel, many of the products that I was using at that time, in ScanNCut videos, was probably Stampin' Up product. It was probably Stampin' Up cardstock and Stampin' Up Designer Series paper, because I'd bought some. And then obviously, I wanted to show how to make things, and I had that product and I was using it. Then I decided that I needed some more supplies, and I kind of put a bit of a list of cardstock together that I wanted, and realised that the best way to get the best amount of money, or the best amount of product for my money, if you like, was to join. So the starter kit, if you don't know anything about Stampin' Up, you join. Okay, so you pay to join. So the starter kit was £99. I got to choose, I think it was about 120, 125 pounds worth of product for my £99. And once you join, you become a demonstrator, and you can then choose to take that in any way that you want, basically. So you can never buy another thing and at the end of 3 months you drop, or you can buy more crafting products yourself, and anything that you buy you then get a 20% discount on. Or if you are lucky enough to get customers that shop and choose you as a demonstrator, you get a 20% commission. Now, what you have to do with Stampin' Up is you have to either spend or have customers purchase within a 3-month period at £275. So that's what has to go basically through your demonstratorship every 3 months, £275. When I bought my starter kit, as I say, I was stocking up on cardstock and some designer series paper. And I honestly thought at that time that I didn't really need anything else, certainly within that 3-month time scale. And I just thought I would drop as a demonstrator. So as part of signing up as a demonstrator, Stampin' Up give you the opportunity to have an online store with them for free for the first month. And then after that, if you choose to keep your online shop going with them, you pay £9 a month. So I took the opportunity to have the free store, never thinking that anybody would buy, to be perfectly honest. You know, people did. And I found that within my first 3 months, customers had bought product from me and they made my £275 quarterly minimum. So that meant that rather than me dropping at the end of 3 months, which is what I anticipated would happen, I was able to remain a Stampin' Up demonstrator for another 3 months. And basically that's how it went on. I had a few customers. I didn't have a big customer base. People think, you know, if you've got a big YouTube channel, you're going to have a big customer base, and that's not the case at all for me. As I said before, predominantly people watch my YouTube channel for the ScanNCut. They're not interested in Stampin' Up. And the majority of my subscribers or watchers are based in America or Australia. And as a UK Stampin' Up demonstrator, we can't sell in those markets anyway. So, you know, it doesn't follow that because you've got a big following on YouTube, you're going to have a good customer base and you're going to earn lots of money through Stampin' Up. It just doesn't work like that. So, as I say, I basically just joined because I wanted the kit, I wanted some product, and then a few customers started shopping with me, and you know, that was brilliant. I was kind of really proud that they'd chosen me to shop with, and they just kept making my quarterly minimums. Having a team is not something I ever really wanted. I'll be perfectly honest with you. As I say, I joined for the discount and I thought I would drop, but customers were choosing me as their demonstrator, and that was keeping me as an active demo. A few people then chose to join Stampin' Up, and they chose me as their demonstrator, which again, you know, was an honour to think that somebody would choose me. The majority of the people that joined did tell me that they were only joining for the starter kit, which is perfectly fine. So I kind of knew that eventually those people would drop and I wouldn't have that responsibility of being a team leader. I know that may sound ungrateful, but it's not really why I joined Stampin' Up. But as they dropped, then maybe another person would join. So I kind of, for a while, always had this rolling team, if you like. Then we all know what happened in 2020 and the world changed and things, you know, quite frankly, have probably never been the same since. And people's disposable income became not as disposable, I suppose, if you like. And you know, people started to think carefully where they spent the money, and rightly so. And that's another thing, you know, people have said to me that they don't like the fact that the postage and packing is £6.95. They think it's quite expensive. And, you know, to a degree, I agree. They've also said that they think the products are expensive. And in 2021, the new catalogue, annual catalogue launched in, I think it was the April. And quite frankly, there was really virtually nothing in that catalogue that I liked. There was a couple of things, and as I say, I'd got a few regular customers and I felt a bit obligated, and I bought a couple of things and, you know, showed them on my channel. I'd kind of said to myself that, you know, maybe I would think about leaving the following year. Then in 2022, the annual catalogue came out again. Again, there was only a couple of things that I liked in it, but I did love some of the designer series paper, and I also loved the in colours that were launched in 2022. And to be perfectly truthful, that's the only thing that kind of kept me with Stampin' Up at that time. So fast forward to May 2023, and the new catalogue was launched, and again, virtually nothing in it that I liked. I think there's 2 stamp sets which I've used in recent months on my channel, and I will keep them and I'll use them. So I think it's just time to walk away and, you know, just get back crafting with products that are going to inspire me. Because quite frankly, as I say, 2 out of the last 3 annual catalogues have not really inspired me at all. And to be fair, that's one of the other reasons why you've seen in recent months more sewing and machine embroidery on my channel, because I'm loving using my Brother Innovis V5 LE. I kind of made a resolution to myself at Christmas 2022 or January 2023 that I was going to use this machine more, because I bought it in lockdown. Previously I'd had a Janome and I decided to change to Brother because it works better with the ScanNCut, and I used it a little bit, you know, in lockdown, and then when lockdown was over it kind of took a back seat, and it's a very, very expensive sewing and embroidery machine that I've got sat here as a paperweight. And I've spent the last kind of 8 years saying to people, don't have that ScanNCut, you know, locked away in your wardrobe or sat on your desk. Get it out and use it. So I had to kind of take heed of my own words. And as the Stampin' Up products weren't inspiring me, I decided to start using the sewing and embroidery machine again, and I've found a love of machine embroidery, and I've been making projects and I've been posting them on my channel. I've sold a couple of little bits, you know, that I've made, and I just think it's time to maybe re-evaluate. My channel's not going anywhere. You know, I'm still going to be here for the ScanNCut. That's why I'm here now, talking to you and showing you this project that I've designed in Canvas Workspace that's going to be a cutting file in my ScanNCut cutting file shop here on my Apple Lover 53 website. And again, thank you to people that buy my cutting files. I am still going to be creating my ScanNCut tutorials, and I'm not sure when this video is going to be on my channel, because I schedule kind of like 4 to 6 or so weeks ahead of time these days, only because I have back problems and sometimes my back goes and it can be out of action for months. So what I'm showing you here is that I'm just saying that the box has all gone together fine by the look of it, and I'm going to now start decorating the front of it up with this little bit of white scrap cardstock that I cut a rectangle from on the ScanNCut machine, and I'm going to decorate it up with the flowers. But I have been revisiting some of my older videos. As I said, I've been on YouTube probably for about 8 or 9 years with the ScanNCut, and I am getting messages saying that people are only just finding my channel. I also get messages from people saying they've just bought the ScanNCut machine and they're finding my channel and they need all the help they can get. And I realise that some of those earlier videos, you know, may not have been the best quality. So I'm kind of going back to basics and I'm revisiting some of the videos, and I've already pre-recorded a few. As I say, I don't know what will be live by the time this video goes out, but you know, I am still here for the scan and cut. I'm here still to share what I know about the Canvas Workspace software and how to use the machine. And that's what my channel's all about. I just play about. If I want to make something, I sit down and I work out either on the machine or in Canvas Workspace how to do something, and I test cut it like I'm doing here with this cutting file. And if it works out, I share that knowledge on my YouTube channel. And that's it first and foremost. But obviously, you know, when you're creating projects like I'm creating here, you need cardstock. And ultimately, over, you know, the last 4.5 years, I've been predominantly using Stampin' Up cardstock. But now I'm free to be able to just, you know, either carry on using the Stampin' Up cardstock that I've got, but I just won't be adding any of the Stampin' Up links going forward under my YouTube videos or in any of the blog posts. And then I'm free, you know, when I need more cardstock to either choose a demonstrator to go and buy some cardstock or go somewhere else. So this particular project, as I say, I am using basic white Stampin' Up cardstock, but I've printed this background paper myself. It's a paper that I designed in Canva along with the flowers, and I just thought I'd print it out and I'd test it with this cutting file and see, you know, if it goes together. And as you can see here, I think it looks fab how it's turned out. The cutting file's gone together brilliantly. I love the colour of the paper that I've designed with the green and white kind of grid check on it. I love the little flowers, and I've pulled in the green colour to, you know, kind of work with the background paper, only I made it a couple of shades darker. And then I chose to add in the pink, which is like one of the colours that I use in my Apple Lover 53 branding. And I think it goes together nice with this green I've used. So now I know that all this works, this can go in my ScanNCut cutting file shop. Obviously the beauty of having a scan and cut is, as you saw probably at the beginning, this particular box is made from 2 pieces. I've designed it that way so that you can make it a lot bigger. So basically, you know, you've got 2 ways of dealing with it. You can either group the 2 bits together and make it bigger, or the way I would do it, I would delete one piece of the design and then I would make the remaining piece as big as you want to make it and then duplicate it. And by doing it that way, you can cut this from as big as you can cut from. So you could cut this, you know, in 2 pieces, from 2 pieces of 12 by 12 cardstock, and it would make you a really big gift box. Included in this cutting file as well, I've also give you matting layers so that you can layer the angled section just under the handle that you can see here, and you can layer the sides and the front if, you know, you were cutting this from a plain coloured cardstock and you wanted to decorate it with some nice fancy paper or mirror card, etc. But as I say, for this particular project, I just chose to cut it from my own background paper that I'd designed and printed. Let me know what you think of my pattern paper as well and my flowers. It's my first, you know, go at kind of making some simple background paper, and I think it's turned out really nice. So leave me a comment under the video and let me know what you think. Do you like the colour? So I'd just like to say a big massive thank you really to anybody that has shopped with me over the last 4.5 years and anybody that did join my team. I really hope that it didn't sound as though I was ungrateful. I really wasn't. I was honoured to think that you would want to join and get your starter kit at a discount through me. Anyway, I hope you like this project. The cutting file will be in my cutting file shop, as I say, here on my Apple Lover 53 website. There will still be more videos coming. If there are things that you want me to go over again, you know, scan and cut wise, please leave your questions or comments in the box below, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.